Hey, yo, ladies and gentlemen, what on earth is going on? Arsenal made a bid for Ollie Watkins? Are we trying to make a late move for an actual striker now? Is Arsenal trolling us? Why didn't you do this earlier? Why? Before we go any further on today's video, do me a favor, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. We got a lot to talk about. This club, man, crazy. People, let's get it going. All I gotta say is TikTok, Arsenal, you are on the clock. Arsenal, you are on the clock. TikTok, TikTok. What are we waiting for? What are we waiting for? What are we waiting for? Now, before we go any further, please do hit that like button. Please do hit that subscribe button just to let you guys know some of the things going on. Before we get into Arsenal's transfer news, there is some news around some of Arsenal transfers targets. Previous transfer target of Arsenal's Xavi Simon will leave PSG 100% and will be an RB Leipzig player in June, and they'll be signing him for 80 million euros. That is one of the first things I seen earlier today. And also right now, I just heard news that Tottenham, yes, Tottenham, breaking news that Tottenham will be getting Mathys Tel. Mathys Tel has decided to not join Chelsea, not join Aston Villa, not join Arsenal or Manchester United, and he could be headed to Tottenham. As it's understood, this Tottenham have started negotiations for the Bayern Munich player to make a move, and it would be a loan move. So at this moment in time, Mathys Tel could be headed to Tottenham. He could be headed to Tottenham. And what I need to show you guys is this right here. Ollie Watkins. Reportedly, Arsenal considering whether to increase their offer, but is highly unlikely that they will get Aston Villa's asking price for the to give for the 29-year-old Ollie Watkins. Arsenal were told that Ollie Watkins would cost about 60 million this month. Villa may be willing to part ways with the player and need to ensure that they reach profit and sustainability by the end of the season. As being reported here, you got that initially Arsenal bid around 45 million and placed reported by sources Matt Law, but reports here that it was even lower. So I find that hilarious. So the first thing is Aston Villa are not going to sell. And the reason why they're not going to sell is very clear, and I'm going to show you guys that in a second. But before we go any further, to say the bid is lower than 45 mil, we are literally disrespecting Aston Villa, just trying to disrupt their player for no reason. Arsenal initially bid 45 million, they said, for Ollie Watkins, which is way below his valuation. We know this. And it seems like the news cycle is just way behind. Arsenal are optimistic that David Raya will be available to face Man City on Sunday. Of course he will. David Raya is not going to miss the game on Sunday versus Aston Villa. That is just well known, understood. There's also some other random players we're linked to. Mathys Tel, we spoke about it to start the video. It's rumored that Mathys Tel is waiting to see if Man United or Arsenal formalize their interest for his services before he makes a decision. His biggest priority is to play regular football. And you also have a 16-year-old goalkeeper here who Arsenal are linked to and establish himself in the club first choice and make himself in one of the I don't know if he's going to get first choice. Ray is going to keep the first choice. Aston Villa are determined to reject any new approach from Arsenal, reported 6 hours ago from Fabrizio Romano. Unai Emery says, I want Ollie Watkins. Aston Villa did not like the amount that was bid in the first bid, which was around 60 million, apparently. And timing of the league ahead of a Champions League game, which they need, is going crazy. And Aston Villa are currently focused on selling Jhon Duran to Al Nassr. Jhon Duran has agreed a 77 million euro offer with Al Nassr. Now, we already know about all these other stuff about the Champions League and everything else, but the main thing is yesterday, this craziness started, and I just thought it was done and dusted. Like, I thought it was pretty straightforward. Ollie Watkins bid went in from Arsenal. Aston Villa said no. They've now agreed to sell Jhon Duran to Al Nassr. I thought this was done and dusted. I don't know why we're still talking about it. I don't know why this is news on Thursday, as the reports came out that this happened originally on on Monday. The Aston Villa rejected the bid yesterday, but the original £60 million bid apparently went in on Monday, or the first bid went in on Monday. So all these things, it is stunning. It is a random bid, but it's not like it's not a player that we haven't been interested in the past. He's still a quality player. A lot of people are saying they wouldn't take Ollie Watkins because he's 29. Personally, I don't care about his age. I think he's just a quality player, and he could be playing for us at this level for maybe the next 4 or 5 years. Who's to say that he's going to slow down just because he's 29? We've seen some of the best strikers in the world right now playing until they're 35. Even one of them, in Cristiano Ronaldo, playing damn near in his 40s. So I'm not saying Ollie Watkins is going to be playing till he's 40, but you could at least get 4 solid years out of him. And in a market where there's not too many good strikers, 60 million for Ollie Watkins could be a bargain. He they're asking for 60 million for Sesko. Is Sesko has more potential than Ollie Watkins, but he's not better than him now. And Arsenal's approach, I think it's kind of disrespectful in the sense that one, Aston Villa, if Arsenal knew Aston Villa had to sell, we should have came correct earlier in the window. We would have actually got the guy. Number one. Number two, apparently we offered less than 45 million, which is not the going rate for the player. And I think if you're gonna bid, you should bid the going rate. You shouldn't try to bid under the going rate for a player. That is super disrespectful. Mathys Tell doesn't seem like it's happening. Um, there is also rumors still about Gyökeres. Now I don't know how likely that is to happen. The rumors about Gyökeres do seem like they just are rumors, and they keep coming and going. We don't know what the legitimacy of that is. But right now, just to talk about Ollie Watkins a little bit more, 60 million in January for a 29-year-old who can come into this team, already is Premier League proven and can make an impact right away, is pretty solid. I, as much as people want to make fun of his age, I think he would give us what we need in that instant impact coming into the team right away, and he is going to give us that instant impact, similar to a Leandro Trossard, similar to a Declan Rice, player that has already shown that he can play at this level and would take us from a level to another level. I'm not saying he's the best striker in the world or anything like that, but at Arsenal, where he's going to get more opportunities, where he's going to get better opportunity to play in these big games, and he'll get better service, who's to say he doesn't improve? And we've seen it before. Now, Ian Wright is a club legend. He came late at Arsenal. He came when he was 28. He went on to be a club legend, so it's not out of the realm of possibility. But the real thing is, at this moment in time, it doesn't seem like Arsenal are going to get Ollie Watkins. It does seem like this deal happening and the medical being set for the player to end up going to Saudi has ruined any chance of Arsenal trying to approach Ollie Watkins. And Arsenal originally made the approach for Ollie Watkins on Monday, and it was quickly rebuffed. So we're going to have to wait and see what happens. But at this moment in time, that seems like that story has been put to bed, and it is what it is. It is what it is. Right? Now, the next thing we're going to talk about is there's going to be so much about Gyökeres. There's going to be so much about other players. We're going to have to wait and see if there's any news on those guys. We're going to have to wait and see. I don't think it's done and dusted that he ends up staying, but it would be nice if we could go for him. There is a report from the Daily Star. Now, not the most reliable news source, but the Daily Star have reported that Victor Gyökeres is earmarked as Arsenal's perfect signing. Well, if he's the perfect signing and you guys were all willing to offer 60 million for Ollie Watkins, why don't you offer that same 60 million for Victor Gyökeres and see what Sporting say? Or at least throw another 20 million on top and see what Sporting say and try to get something done. Because to me, there's deals that can be done. It's just, does Arsenal want that deal enough? Does Arsenal want that player enough? That is the question. That is the question. But hey, 5 hours ago, Arsenal were told from Aston Villa that they have not been impressed with the timing of the approach for Ollie Watkins, and they have already rejected the bid for Ollie Watkins. So this whole stuff about Ollie Watkins to Arsenal is not happening, guys. It doesn't look like it's going to happen. We can monitor it as much as we can, but Aston Villa have just sold Jhon Duran. They're not now going to sell Ollie Watkins and be left with no striker with 2 days left in the window. That's just stupidity. They're going to sell Jhon Duran. They're going to get ridiculous money from Saudi for Jhon Duran. They're going to keep Ollie Watkins, and they're going to go and get another young striker to be in the come up for Ollie Watkins to replace to get replaced by him. And Ollie Watkins is probably going to be at Aston Villa for the next coming years. This would have been his dream move, but unfortunately for him, he's not going to get his dream move. And yeah, as for Arsenal, we're not going to get the striker that we want. We're going to have to wait and see what happens from here. And that's pretty much it. The rest of the stuff, VR, referees, we don't need to talk about that today. We spent enough time talking about that the last couple of days. I don't want to spend another second speaking about Gary Neville. Anyways, I'll catch you guys in the next video. Love for the other people. I'm probably going to do an Arsenal panel show later today. And I'll catch you guys then. Peace. You already know what it is. We're out. Make sure you hit the like button and leave a comment down below. Let me know what you guys think about this whole Ollie Watkins situation. Was it genuine? Was it a PR move? Or it's just another example of Arsenal not knowing what they're doing in the transfer window? Let me know what you think.